A desert is defined not by temperature, but by the sparse amount of water found in a region. An area with an annual rainfall of fewer than 25 centimeters generally qualifies as a desert. There are 4 major types of deserts: hot and dry, cold, semi-arid, and coastal. Deserts can be amazing travel destinations, from camel riding in Morocco to sandboarding in Peru or stargazing in the Atacama Desert. Deserts are some of the most widespread yet unexplored biomes. They cover about 1/3 of the Earth's surface and are found in 60 of the world's nations. The largest hot desert biome stretches over 3.5 million square miles. Las Vegas, Nevada, Cairo, Egypt, Jerusalem, Israel, Salt Lake City, Utah, and Phoenix, Arizona are all famous desert cities. We, however, are going to Libya. We expect to visit pyramids like the Garama, Libya's forgotten kingdom, Benghazi Zoo, Gurji Mosque, Gaborone of the Ubari Oasis, Martyr Square, and jeep rides across the Libyan Sahara.
Many people assume that deserts cannot support any form of life, but they actually harbor about 4,000 different plants and animal species. Desert soils vary and can be very deep or very shallow.
Can you tell us about some of the plants in the deserts?
Sure. Near oases, plants such as date palms, tamarisk, and acacia put down long roots to reach life-sustaining water. In the more arid areas, the seeds of flowering plants sprout quickly after a rain, putting down shallow roots and completing their growing cycle and producing seeds in a matter of days, before the soil dries out. The new seeds may lie dormant in the dry soil for years, awaiting the next rainfall to repeat the cycle. Citrus colocynthis are ground-creeping desert plants with inaudible gourds the size of small melons. The milky sap of these gourds are used as a remedy for scorpion stings by the local Tuareg people. The gourd is also a purgative that cleanses and purifies the body. Calotropis procera has light wood and is used to light fire by rubbing it against hard wood to generate heat, and then it sparks. It is also used for roofing material for small huts. But be careful not to touch the plant, as the latex produced is very irritant, especially to the eyes, and can cause blindness.
Can you tell me about some of the animals that are in the desert and how they survive in the environment?
Well, in a severe environment such as the desert, animals are required to adapt to the harsh weather conditions and lack of water. Due to the extreme heat, most small desert creatures are nocturnal, such as the fennec fox, which is characterized by their long ears that allow them to have heightened hearing and release body heat. Many small animals get their water by eating succulent plants such as the cacti. Animals such as camels are made to go long periods of time without water. Scorpions and spiders are made with thick outer coverings in order to reduce moisture loss. Populations are greatly reduced due to overhunting, and many are endangered, such as the gazelle and ostrich. The wildlife is concentrated primarily along the less severe northern and southern margins and near desert water sources. In this, the top of the food chain is the fox, which typically eats snakes. The snake usually eats rodents or lizards, which consume the succulent plants.
Now that you've learned about the environment, it's time to pack. We need long-legged pants, and we need jackets, because sandstorms are for real, and it gets really cold at night. We also need blankets, because we don't want to freeze to death. Then we need headscarves, because we don't want heat stroke. Got 1, 2, variety. Then we need a hat too, because we don't want to get sunburned. Speaking of sunburn, we need sunscreen. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we need some water, because temperatures can get in the hundreds. Jenny, we need water bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 liters a day to stay hydrated. Okay, I think we're almost done. We need snacks. We need snacks. Pretzels. Oh wait, they're salty. We can't have those. We need healthy snacks to stay hydrated, and we don't need to lose water. And then lastly, we need a flashlight at night so we can see. And then shoes. You gotta have good shoes so you can protect your feet. that we've packed, we get to talk about the deserts we're going to experience. So we're going to talk about the weather in the hot and the dry desert. There are major North American deserts of this type, like the Great Basin. Others outside of the United States include the Southern Asian realm, neotropical areas like South and Central America, Ethiopian deserts as well, and Africa, and there's also Australians. The seasons are generally warm throughout the year and very hot in the summer. The winters usually bring little rainfall. The next desert we're going to talk about is the semi-arid desert. Some of these include the sagebrush of Utah, Montana, and the Great Basin. They also include the Neo-Arctic realm, which includes North America, Newfoundland, Greenland, Russia, Europe, and North Asia. The summers are moderately long and dry. And like hot deserts, the winters normally bring low concentrations of rainfall. Summer temperatures usually average between 70 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit. It normally does not go above 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit. And evening temperatures are also cool, at around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. All in all, the seasonal changes depend on the latitude, but it is safe to say most places experience a summer and a winter. The third desert we're going to talk about is the coastal desert. They occur in moderately cool to warm areas such as the Neo-Arctic and the Neotropical realm. A good example is the Atacama of Chile. The cool winters of coastal deserts are followed by moderately long, warm summers. The average summer temperature ranges from 55 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and in winter temperatures, they're about 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below. The maximum annual temperature is about 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and the minimum is about 25 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chile, the temperature ranges from 28 degrees Fahrenheit to 41 degrees Fahrenheit in July, and about 70 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit in January. The seasonal changes depend on the latitude, but it is safe to say in most places they do experience a summer and a winter, but not necessarily a spring and an autumn like we do here. And finally, we have the cold deserts, and they're characterized by cold winters with snowfall and high overall rainfall throughout the winter and occasionally over the summer. They occur in the Antarctic, Greenland, and the Neo-Arctic realm that we mentioned in a few other deserts before. They have short, moist, and moderately warm summers with fairly long cold winters. The mean winter temperature is between 28 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and the mean summer temperature is between 70 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit. The heaviest rainfall is of the spring, and it's usually in April or May. In some areas, rainfall can be heavy in autumn as well.
Hey, just say hi. A desert is defined not by temperature, but blah, blah, blah.